What's great with you today, man? It's Mental Health Monday. And today, I'm going to talk about our lower three energy centers, which is we call the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plex chakra. Just 'cause you might not believe in these energy centers, they exist. And I speak about the root, the sacral, and the solar plex chakra energy centers. Energy 1, root chakra, 2, sacral, which is the belly button, and solar plex, beneath the chest, right above the belly button. Those three deal with sexual reproduction, consumption, fight or flight. I always speak about breathe into it, don't believe into it. But to get to that state, we got to understand what our body's going through energetically. When we feel off, how can we ground ourselves? Me personally, I'm a tree hugger. I come outside and hug a tree, of course on my left side, on my left side to match my heart rhythm, the tree rhythm. That gives me, if I have excess energy, I ground myself, help my root chakra. I make sure I stand up tall. I make sure I'm not leaning forward because that sacral chakra is a flow, movement, and pleasure. So we're leaning over forward with a hunchback, not proper back posture. That invites that low energy. Then our solar plex chakra, which is yellow. Root chakra is red. Sacral, the first energy center is red. The second one is orange, and the solar plex, which is third, is a yellow. Think of that as a furnace. That burns up all the old emotions, the low energy before it gets to your heart center. So the crown chakra comes up top, and then it meets in the middle. And if our energy centers aren't ground, aren't clear, we can't receive the message or lesson in the situation. We're not able to breathe into it. That's why meditation is so important. Meditation is another way of saying getting to know yourself. In meditation, we can really sit and just be still and see how many thoughts want us to subscribe to it or want us to give it attention or invest in it. But we just sit there, even for 2 minutes, 3 minutes a day, and get used to being familiar with how the ego or pain body operates. We want to send us a story for us to subscribe to. If you do, that story has an emotion. That emotion has a feeling if you stand it too long. Metacognition. Metacognition means being mindful of your thoughts, emotion, and ideas, because behind those it comes different energies that come with that story. So we're mindful of each thought that comes in our mind. Meaning, as I'm meditating, this helps me become the watcher of my thought. Because we have a thought, well, who says I'm happy? Who says I'm joyful? Who says I'm sad? Who's saying that? Who's watching that emotion? Become that watcher and be able to just sit there. Not judge it, but just sit there and breathe through it and allow it to show you the cause of it. Our habits and our behaviors, that's the effect from our environment, who we are around. So in order for us to become bigger than our environment, we need to deal with those three main energy centers: the root, the sacral, and the solar plex. Learn how to ground them. Learn how to balance them. Learn how to get out of that fight or flight mode. That's why breathing through the nostrils is so important. When we breathe in our nose and out our nose, filling up our belly button, which is that sacral chakra, fully inhaling, filling that belly button like a big balloon, and then you exhale and put it all the way through to the back. And go to the lower level of your lung, bring out all that extra carbon monoxide from improper breathing. So it has so many health benefits to keep that stale, stagnated energy out of your body. And a well-oxygenated body by proper breathing cannot become affected by anything. It's impossible for any disease to live in a properly alkaline, oxygenated body. So if we breathe in the right way and not believing what's going on, we can benefit from meditation. We can benefit from nostril breathing, bringing our emotions out of what's going on right now in our environment. And then the main thing is the pleasure. Don't let a thought, your thought or outside thought, ruin your joy, ruin your happiness, ruin what's going on with you. So with this situation going on, be mindful of what you're watching on TV with mental health. Be mindful of what you're listening to. I listen to frequencies, YouTube, 532, 714, all kind of frequencies to keep my mind together, help preparing my soil mentally that something does come through. Beautiful butterfly. If something does come through, I have the space available to sit and breathe into it by preparing myself by my music, my incense, sage, burning frankincense and myrrh. I keep my atmosphere, I keep my environment conducive to a higher vibration. So Mental Health Monday, man, learning to understanding our energy. We have 7 altogether, but these lower 3, number 1, the root, 2, sacral, and number 3, the solar plex, those are very important because they deal with our everyday emotions, reproduction, consumption, and fight or flight. We don't want to be in those situations if possible. Breathing frees us up, open those ports up like we have a clogged toilet, apologize. If we plunge it, it allows whatever in there to flow freely. Same thing with our energy centers. If we breathe into them, holding our breath and squeezing, that allows the oxygen to go through our body, and then we release. Breathe, relax, and release. Help your energy ports free up those old energies, those old stories, and you'll be surprised how much more energy you will have to invest in joyful thoughts and being compassionate. And the main thing, understanding who you are, showing up exactly how you are, because you are enough. You're more than enough. And once you recognize that, feel it and breathe into it, be it. Remember, be that change you want to see. Your wellness is your will. Namaste, Thugs. Peace.